Hi children, we meet again. The last two classes we had approximations. One is on approximating to the nearest decimal. Second one is approximate to the significant figures. Now both are important because examiners want the answers to be approximated to a certain number. Sometimes they say approximate the answer to the nearest second decimal place or nearest third significant figure. So you should be ready to give that answer in the correct way, otherwise you won't get the full marks for that. So today children, I want to go on to another important section in mathematics, going on to rational and irrational numbers. Rational and irrational numbers. Now all the numbers that we use generally are called real numbers. All the numbers, we'll say 5, 3 upon 6, 0.12, root 2, 5.817. So these are all just numbers. So these are all real numbers. All numbers that we use are generally called real numbers. We don't use any other numbers in the O-level thing. So for your up to now you should remember what these numbers are. So for real numbers there is a symbol used. What is the symbol used for real numbers? Real numbers, the symbol used is R. R means real numbers. All the numbers that we use belong to the real numbers, and we call it by a symbol R. Now, in the real number children, there are two important divisions called rational and irrational numbers. Now, rational numbers can be easily identified because they can be turned on to a fraction. For example, 3.5 is a rational number. 1/2 rational number, because they can be 3.5 we can convert to a whole number with two whole numbers, numerator and denominator. That is 35 upon 10. Half numerator 1, denominator 2. So we can write 17 whole number. For all these numbers value can be written down as a fraction. Any rational number we can write this as now 17 means 17 is a fraction. How is the fraction? 17 upon 1. Now recurring decimal also is a rational number. Why? Because we can convert this to fraction without any difficulty. So all these numbers, whatever number that you can reduce to a fraction is called a rational number. Then we have another type of number called irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Now, rational numbers all are on a number line. Irrational numbers are also all on a number line. Now, for example, look at these numbers. Irrational numbers, we don't know the exact value. Exact value of an irrational number cannot be found. The way to identify an irrational number is we can't find the exact value of a irrational number. For example, supposing we have root 9, square root of 9. Square root of 9 we know is 3. How? Because 3 into 3 is 9. So the square root of 9 is 3. So we multiply 3 by 3, it becomes 9. Supposing we have to find the square root of 2. However much we try, we can't find two numbers that will multiply to come to 2. Any two numbers when you multiply, we can't find a number, find two numbers, so that when you multiply both those numbers, it will come to root 2. So root 2 is irrational. It's called irrational number. Similarly, root 3. Root 3 we can find the square root of 3 because we can't find the two numbers which is multiplied. When multiplied, it will come to 3. Like that, mostly it will come to as prime numbers. Root 7, root 5. All these numbers, root 13. We can't find two numbers that will multiply into to give that number. Okay. So now we got a picture of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers, any number that we can put it as a fraction is called a rational number. But here we have two whole numbers, numerator and denominator. But irrational numbers, we can't find the solution for that. So most irrational numbers are square roots of 3, 5 to square roots of prime numbers. So we can't express as a fraction. Now root 2 we can't express as a fraction. So root 2 is irrational. So most of the irrational numbers are prime numbers coming on to where you can't express as a fraction. Look at this one. Then there's a number called pi. It's a Greek letter. It's called, we write like this, pi. This is a Greek letter we use in mathematics very often concerning circles. So what we do is, now supposing we have a circle. We have a circle, and this is called the circumference, and we have a diameter. When we divide the circumference by the diameter, we get a number. We get an approximate number. We don't get an accurate number. We get approximate number. This number is called pi. And for mathematical calculation, we use this equal to 22/7. But this is not an accurate number. Though it is 22/7, it's a fraction, but it is not. It is only approximated. Therefore, the value C/d pi is also irrational number. So anything connected to pi happens to be irrational number. So 2 pi, if you write 2 pi, it is irrational number. If you write 3 pi plus 1/7, it becomes irrational. So children, the main thing about irrational numbers is mostly where you can't express those numbers as a fraction. If we can't express those numbers as a fraction, then it becomes irrational numbers. We'll take some examples. There is a letter symbol for rational numbers. Rational number symbol is Q. So irrational number is Q dash. We don't have a separate letter for irrational numbers. We put Q and Q dash. So what are the symbols that we studied now? Up to now we have studied real numbers. The symbol is R. The rational numbers which can be expressed as a fraction, we say Q. And irrational numbers where you can't express them, you can't find the value of those numbers, it is called Q dash. So then we have also what you call integers. What are integers? Integers are whole numbers. And integers we represent by the symbol Z. Now we have the integers, all these numbers can be expressed in a number line. So integers we express in a number line, and the symbol for integers is Z. Now in the number line we get positive and negative numbers. So for positive integers we put Z plus, and for negative integers we put Z minus. So these are the symbols that you should remember for the moment, because all these come in the O-level exam. So R is real numbers, Q is rational numbers, Q dash is irrational numbers. Then integers come to as Z, and positive integers we add as Z plus, and negative integers Z minus. We'll take a few numbers so that we'll be able to get some experience. So look at this number, 1.57, 7/11, root 16, root 17, cube root of 8, 2 pi, cube root of 7, root 3/2. We'll just see whether we can find out whether these numbers are rational or irrational numbers. Now symbols we don't use here because only for the certain sums they'll give symbols when you want to write the answer in a particular way. So now I'll be writing R for rational numbers and I for irrational numbers in this particular exam, the sums. So 1.57 is a rational number, so I am putting R there. If you want, you can put Q also rational. So 7.5 is also rational number belonging to Q. Root 16, square root of 16 we can easily find out. What is square root of 16? Square root of 16 is 4. So it is rational number coming on to Q. Root 17, 17 is a prime number. So we can't find exactly the root of 17. We can't find two numbers which when multiplied comes to 17. So it becomes irrational. Q dash. Then cube root of 8. Cube root of 8 means a number multiplied 3 times to form 8. So it is, we know what the number is. That number is 2. So it is rational. So it is Q. Because 2 into 2 into 2 is equal to 8. Then 2 pi. Now pi is irrational. So when you multiply that by 2 or 3 or anything, it continues to be irrational. So we call it as Q dash. 3 root 7. We don't know the root 7. Root 7 is not a rational number. It is a irrational number. So when you multiply that by 3, again it becomes irrational number. So it becomes Q dash. Then root 3 upon 2 is the same story. Root 3 we don't know. We can't find the square root of 3. So it happens to be irrational. So when you divide by that, divide by 2 also, it becomes irrational. So it is Q dash. So these are, it becomes 1.57 is rational Q. 7.11 rational Q. Root 16 we know what the answer, that is 4. So it becomes Q. The root 17 we can't find the fraction, so it becomes Q dash, irrational. Cube root of 8 we know what it is, 2, so it becomes Q, rational. 2 pi, pi is irrational, so 2 pi also irrational. 3 root 7 is irrational, so 3 times root 7 is Q dash. Root 3 upon 2, root 3 is irrational, root 3 upon 2 is also irrational, Q dash. So these are all children for the rational and irrational. I hope you have understood the sound, but you do lot of exercises so that you'll be able to understand the subject fully. I hope you have liked the lesson. Please subscribe if you haven't liked it.